Hello guys, today I have tried to check whether Phoenix Labs fixed the training grounds bug, which was actual for the last update, and accidentally found that yes, they have fixed it, so now the damage counts properly. But the other great news is that they also have nerfed the Ardent Cyclone sword finally. So they think that using Ardent Cyclone spin with Energized was the main problem, the biggest one, so they decided to fix it once and all. Since current update, the amount of Ardent Cyclone meter gained while using Energized is reduced by almost 100%. Many thanks. Now the game is more boring than it was. You see, as they say, Dauntless is a game about skillful decision making and timing. This combination of Energized and Ardent Cyclone broke the design principle. Oh my god. Let me say a few words about this. First, Energized as itself, as a perk, entirely was and is actually useless for all other weapons except sword, and especially sword with Ardent Cyclone. So, for example, 1 year or maybe 1 year and a half ago, when I have tried to use Energized with repeaters, it actually provides very less effect to the weapon meter, almost unseen. And when I have tried to do the same with all other weapons, maybe half a year ago or so, I found no effect at all. So Energized is a completely unique cell, which perk is useless for every weapon. Only sword with Ardent Cyclone was affected by it, and now Phoenix Labs nerfed it. So no more Ardent Cyclone. As they say in the patch notes, this is an initial step towards removing Ardent Cyclone meter gain in some next update. So guys, I advise you to level up as soon as possible, because for me this isn't a problem at all, but for you I think it's more than a problem. So the developers want from us to play more skillful decision making and timing. Skillful. We should play more skillful and more plan our timing. Decision. Oh, boring. So let me show you how it looks now. Check out the weapon gains meter. As they say, they have nerfed it almost twice. Well, actually, all this is more than pathetic, because the developers even doesn't know how this combination work and how it was how it worked before they nerfed it, because actually it worked like this. If you use no Energized at all, your Ardent Cyclone spin was about 16 or 18 seconds at all, maximum. With plus 3 it was about 4-6 seconds more, and with plus 6 Energized it was about 26-28 seconds. So they say properly in the patch notes from 20 to 30 seconds in an unstaggerable state. Oh my god, unstaggerable state. So what does it mean? They just have nerfed it in a way like plus 6 Energized since last update equals 0 Energized. So that's a huge update, I think. Why not to remove the Energized cell entirely? Because, as I said, it gives nothing to other weapons. Nothing. Its entire effect is so small that it's nothing. But no, they decided to pay attention to all sword players, to say that they don't like that sword players use this combination. So they think that the players who actually played plus 6 Energized with Ardent Cyclone and Sword, they are bad players, which make bad decisions, don't think about timing, and actually are not skillful. Okay, I'm not agree with it, but if they think in this way, it's their game anyway. Everyone can stop playing this game once and at all. No problem. But as I said, the biggest problem is that all the gaming process starts to become more and more boring. And once you find some great combinations of cell, weapon, or etc., and start to using it, they came, fix it, nerf it, and say that you can't play in that way. You should play more skillful. Okay, so actually more skillful equals to you should press your mouse buttons more frequently, and that's all. So of course it's not a good news, and I don't know what to show you more, but since they have implemented several other updates to the armor and exotics weapon and armor, exotics armor also, I think that most of players will not recognize this update change. So maybe everything will be okay for the majority of players. But as I said, this tendency, then Phoenix Lab start to notice this combinations of weapon cells, and these good combinations which provides you not any advantages of play, but which provides you more stable game process and more comfortable game process. So they actually think that this is violation, this is not good, and this is breaking the design entirely. But if this breaks the design entirely, why you have implemented this energized cell from the beginning? What was the idea for energized cell? And to cut off the Ardent Cyclone in next update? Okay, cut it off. As I said, it will be just more boring, and that's all. As to me, I think maybe if they will not implement any new great updates, any new improvements in 1-2 next updates, I think I will just leave the game, because there are no things in the game that are still interesting for me, and this tendency to fix the good combinations, the combinations for this for which you have spent several hours or maybe days to find them, to test them, to check them, to make videos about them, to fix, to remove, to nerf these combinations, is not a good strategy, because this is just a huge kick to all the players who did it. And I think that the majority of players who did it were and are the smartest player of this game. So Phoenix Labs wants the smartest player to be off the game, to leave the game, because they are not profitable. They are just not useful for this game. I think this is not good. So back to the mechanics. As I said, before this update you were able to gain about 26, 27, 28 maximum seconds for one entire Ardent Cyclone spin. No, actually from 24 to 28, like this one, with +6 energized. And now, as I see, actually I haven't checked it precisely with a clock, but what I see is about 15-18 seconds per one spin. Of course it's not enough. Of course you will inflict much less damage, but for the escalations, for example, even this will be quite enough. So as I said, I advise you to use the Ardent Cyclone spin and sword with it until next update for leveling as soon as possible, and then it's up to you to leave the game or just to switch to another weapon. But with this tendency which they have introduced, I think they may nerf every weapon, so the more players will make videos about their good combinations and about their testing it, the more the developers will see it also on YouTube and other platforms and check it and nerf it. So it's normal. Please remember that all the videos you make are not just for other players, but also for the developers. And as I said, the game is their product, so they actually can do everything they want. And of course you may leave the game, it's up to you. But as I said, I will wait for 1 or 2 next updates to see what they will bring. Maybe I will stay, but maybe leave. As I said multiple times, the game started to become boring and boring. Even this addiction of new cash reward club doesn't actually bring any new things. So, what else? Of course, some of you have recognized that with this last update they also have changed some things for crafting armor, for Chronovor armor especially. Well, it's good of course, but the time then they have did it makes me think that it wasn't a smart decision, because it was basically made of a lot of complaining about when people complained how it's difficult to gain these parts from Chronovor, from Agarus, etc. So they just decided to make it simpler. Now you need only 7 parts to craft Agaric armor, weapons, and only 4 parts to craft weapons for Chronovor. And you of course remember that it was 15 and 10 before this update. So to me this simplicity, this tendency is also not good, because a lot of people spend a lot of time, for example with Chronovor, to gather these each 10 items for one weapon, and now they feel themselves like they were cheated by Phoenix Labs. So from this update it's much more simpler, but who will compensate them their time before, the time they have spent before for crafting this? I think it's not good. So new players, newbies are welcome. Veteran players, skilled players, good old players, your problems, your time spent are not our problem at all. This is how it looks like. Of course I don't like it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this update finds you in more better state and you like it more than me. But as I said, I think a lot of veteran players think in the same way as me. So maybe it's the first or second bell to think about leave the game. Why not? Okay, thanks, bye.